believe that sometimes people need to fight it out. Because talking doesn't do it. Sometimes you can talk. Like in this certain situations, you could talk to a person. You express how you feel. They express how they feel. Y'all come to a mutual agreement that y'all either don't agree or, you might start seeing it from another person's point of view.
They got to figure that out over there. So it's not a thing of me having the issue with her. My only issue is why you leak my number. Okay. It ain't no thing, oh, I want him and he's married to you. And it's not that. I'm a girl's girl. So when it comes to like that, that's not it. We all know that Remy was already out here having her little boy toy or whatever friend. He done came out and done said it that they were in a relationship 2 years.
Wow.
So
Remy is out here furious, and honestly, it's starting to look dangerous. Word on the streets is that Claressa Shields allegedly tried to send some hitters to take Remy out. These two have been beefing for a minute now, throwing subs online, all tied back to Babu and even. Though Remy once challenged Claressa to settle it in a ring, that clearly didn't happen. So what did Claressa do allegedly instead? She upped the stakes and sent some people to handle Remy, but they missed. And now reports are swirling that Remy Ma ended up in a hospital bed. This is wild, y'all. This might sound like something out of a movie, but the tension's been building for a while. So let's break this all the way down and talk about what really led to this explosive moment. So let's rewind a little bit. Remy Ma was last spotted at an event in her hometown, standing tall on stage next to Trey Songz and Connie Diamond. She performed their remix to Ghetto and Ratchet. Nothing unusual, right? But then she changed one line in her verse that sent everybody spiraling. The original bar, got a problem. B say some F want your ninja, I take him. But live on stage, Remy switched it up to, if I wanted your ninja, I'll take him. And y'all, the way she delivered that line, straight venom. The facial expression, the energy, fans immediately clucked that she was talking about Claressa. So let's not forget Claressa has been all boot up with poos lately, and Remy knows it. That line wasn't just a bar, it was a direct hit. It was as if she was saying, I had him first, and I could take him back if I wanted to. And level of confidence, or maybe bitterness, had folks wondering if Remy was still salty over her split from PV. But as Perella second for a millisecond, that line might have been the last straw for Claressa. Not long after Ray's onstage shade, Claressa popped out with the freestyle of her own, and best believe she didn't hold back either. In a clip that's now making rounds, Claressa is standing in front of a luxury whip, decked out like she's ready for war. Bomber jacket, tracker, hat, shades, chains, the whole nine. Then the beat drops, and she starts calling herself a face splitter, y'all. If that's not aimed at Remy, who else would it be aimed at? She brags about stacking paper, being in a whole different tax bracket, and just radiates this energy, like she's letting everybody know she's not the one to play with. But here's the twist, the internet wasn't impressed. People started flooding the comments with jabs like, it's given I want to be Remy badly. Cringy, how ironic. We just saw Remy in the studio with Mayo and performing at Madison Square Garden. And now Claressa pops out rapping and dressed like Remy. Girl needs to stick to boxing because rapping ain't it, and this is trash. Remy really got the last laugh. And listen, y'all, that last comment must have stung because Claressa's face said it all. Later in the IG stories, she thought she was doing something, but the streets weren't feeling it. And that freestyle was supposed to shut Remy up. But instead, it just fueled the comparisons and made Claressa look pressed. And that's when things started to spiral. Now here's where it really gets messy though, and honestly a little bit scary, because after Claressa's freestyle flopped and social media dragged her forward, something shifted. Not long after whispers started flying that Remy had been involved in an incident, and rumors say she hasn't been seen in public for days. No posts, no appearances, no live videos. And at the same time, people are claiming that Claressa, who's known to have some street ties back in Michigan, may have allegedly sent some hitters to confront Remy. And word on the streets is Remy ended up in the hospital because of it. Whether this is true or not, we don't know yet. But when you mix street loyalty with broken hearts and public humiliation, anything is possible. But what is true, though, is that Claressa isn't just a boxer. She's got pools, she's got people, and if anybody could make something happen without getting their hands dirty, it might just be her. But meanwhile, all this drama is unfolding. Guess who's out here enjoying life like nothing's even happening? Papoose, y'all. He's been spotted vacationing with Claressa, smiling, living it up, and seemingly unbothered by the drama. And that's what's got fans even more convinced, because Claressa might have lost that rap battle, but it looks like she might be winning the war, because she's got the man. She clapped back with her own bars, and now Ray's gone radio silent. So no social media posts, no events, no clapbacks, nothing. It's like Remy might have disappeared for a bit, and the streets are talking. But if there's one thing we know about Remy Ma, is that she does not stay quiet for long. So for her to suddenly go Mia, yeah, something ain't right. Some people are speculating that she's laying low because of the alleged hit attempt, and others think she might be working on a comeback, just waiting for the right moment to strike. But let's be real, y'all. As much as Claressa might have thrown the first punch, she better be scared, cause Remy is not just dangerous, she's worse. She's the type of woman who means what she says and doesn't bluff. So it looks like this isn't just a rap beef anymore. It's a ticking time bomb, and Ray's already been behind bars. And from the way she carries herself, look like she ain't afraid to go back. That's what makes her 10 times more dangerous than any diss track or Instagram post. She knows what's at stake. But if you push her the wrong way, she might just risk everything.
Came up every day? Every visit.
For the first year, he came literally every single day. When you're in a match, you have a visit every day, except for it alters on the weekends, on Saturday or Sunday. So literally
every
the first
day.
year,
How
he
far
came
is
every day.
Stafford Hills from?
It's about 45 to an hour, depending on traffic.
So he was running up there every day, like coming up there.
Yeah, to like, I mean, it got to a point where I had to tell him, like, yo, like, I'm good. I'm all right. Like, and I guess, like, when he believed it, that was all right, and I was like, he was like, all right, cool. And then he'll come, like, a little bit less. He'll come, like, 3 times a week. Or
let's not ignore the obvious here. Remy loves Papoose, obviously, like that man was her ride or die. So if Claressa's trying to come between that, Remy might be willing to go full Fatal Attraction mode, and especially now that she and Pap got a little one together. But that's not just a relationship, that's family. And if she feels like Claressa is threatening, that it's not far-fetched to imagine her doing whatever it takes to protect it, even if that means ending Claressa. Yeah, I said it. Remy might be looking at this whole situation like, I already got the baby, all I need now is the husband and the peace, and ain't nothing standing in my way, not even a champion boxer. And for the ones who think that Ray's all barking nobody, let's take a quick stroll down memory lane, because her track record is not sweet. Remy Ma was a real-life criminal in the past, and it's not just some little slap on the wrist or a hip-hop battle talk. She was convicted for shooting someone back in 2007. Remy was involved in a shooting incident right outside the Minette nightclub. The woman she shot, Nikita Barnes, Joseph claimed Remy thought she stole money from her, and instead of talking it out, Remy went straight to the trigger, and she said it was an accident. But the court didn't buy that. They charged her with a weapons possession and even attempted coercion. And guess what? She got 8 years in prison, y'all. A whole 8 years. Are you happy today? I'm innocent. You can always say that. Excuse me. She served 6 years before getting released. And ever since then, she's been trying to live her best life. But best believe Big Remy is still in there somewhere. And it just doesn't stop there. So let's fast forward to 2019, when Remy got arrested again, this time for allegedly punching Brittany Taylor, her co-star on Love and Hip Hop New York. Yes, Remy got a whole case from one slap backstage. The court had to hit her with a restraining order, and that just proves, if Remy feels disrespected, she acts out with no hesitation.
Are you happy with it?
I'm innocent. You can always say that.
Get this. It's not just Remy, who's on demon time. Her son got wrapped in a murder case too in 2021. Her son was arrested for his alleged role in a shooting incident that led to someone else losing their life. The case sent shockwaves across the internet, and people started asking what's really going on in Ray's household, because it's giving Bonnie and Clyde and their kid type of energy.
That I can be to you. Stop playing these social media games. People get hurt every day from playing on social media. Brittany, you're 4'10", baby.
What does that mean?
That means that you're really little. That's what that means.
I don't care.
It's kind of impossible to be with the when you're 14.
And even 50 Cent tried to warn her. And when 50 Cent of all people is telling you to stand down, you might have already gone too far. And that's exactly what went down, and apparently Claressa is on go mode. She wants all the smoke, and she's been looking for Remy, pressing for the location like she was pulling up to a boxing match instead of a street situation, y'all. When she started talking reckless, 50 had to step in. The word on the blogs is 50 straight up told Claressa she was going to get the blip, yes, the blip, if she went through with it. And that's not just a threat, that's a warning from someone who's been around the block and seen what happens when you cross the line with somebody that has nothing to lose. So now Claressa Shields, who's used to fighting in the ring, might have thought she could handle a little drama from a rapper. But what did she walk into? That's not just a rapper, that's a real one with a rap sheet of criminal history and nothing to lose. People close to her say she's got a crew still loyal from a terror squad day. So some of those same people still active, still outside, while Claressa's out here playing like dress-up rapper/boxer. And Remy might be playing chess, not checkers. There are whispers, though again, just whispers, that Remy has been laying low because she's waiting for her moment, not just to respond with words, but with actions. And she might already be checking and watching Claressa's moves, clocking her patterns, seeing who's around her, and preparing to hit where it hurts the most. But get this, behind the scenes people are saying Ray's been playing it smart, like real smart, like quietly pulling phone records, watching old interviews, peeping DMs, and checking who's been around her, and seeing how deep the betrayal goes. But there's this other rumor that Remy has a close friend who stayed neutral during the whole Pap and Claressa mess. But now that friend allegedly flipped and gave Remy screenshots, messages, location drops, all of it. So while Claressa is out here doing podcasts and sparring in the gym, Remy might be putting together her own version of a TV documentary, and y'all know how Remy gets when she's got something to prove. She's not the type to air dirty laundry just for clout, y'all. If she spills, it's going to be destruction. Now here's where it gets dark. I mean, real dark, y'all. Some fans are whispering about a possible setup, a whole orchestrated plan between Pap and Claressa to get Remy out the picture. Completely think about it, Pap and Remy have been low-key rocky for a while. Then Claressa pops up out of nowhere, and all of a sudden, she's chilling in the same circles as Pap, going from little sis to main chick in 5 seconds. The optics were definitely off from the jump. Then fast forward, Remy gets publicly embarrassed, fan-shamed. And then boom, someone allegedly tries to end her, and guess who benefits if she's gone? So let's address the elephant in the room. If this is really an attempted hit, or even if someone close to Remy tipped her off about one, don't be surprised if authorities are involved. Remember, Ray's been down before. She knows the system. She's not dumb enough to run to the feds herself. But the feds might already be watching. So here's what we're hearing in these streets. There's talk of Remy Qualley hiring a private investigator, someone connected to the alleged hit, already flipped, and drop names. Claressa's been moving different, canceling events, changing her security detail, and allegedly getting legal advice behind the scenes. So if Remy Ma or anyone else comes forward with solid evidence that Claressa orchestrated or even suggested some kind of physical harm, prosecutors could come knocking real fast. I mean fast. And there is the possible legal heat Claressa might face if this stuff holds up. Conspiracy to commit a or attentive, if there's any proof that she is involved in planning or funding, and that's a whole felony charge. Threatening or behavior, even just threatening violence in text or DMs, can be used in court against you. Tampering with a witness or obstruction, if Claressa and her team try to intimidate Remy or anyone else connected to her, that's Another serious charge, any scandal tied to violence, could get her suspended, dropped from endorsements, or blacklisted in the media. And if the public starts to believe that she had anything to do with hurting another woman, especially a woman with a child, that reputation done, over, and finished. But I got to hear from you. Do y'all think that Ray's just laying low or loading up? Is Claressa really bold enough to come for someone like Remy? And do you believe that Pat is just innocent as a bystander? Or is he the mastermind behind this whole love triangle of chaos, y'all? Drop your thoughts and comments below, and all your theories and your shady receipts in the comments down below. Don't forget to smash that like button, hit subscribe, and turn on the notifications so you don't miss the next chapter of this wild ride.